Hello Gemini, this is your November 15th to November 30th, 2016 read. I'm going to use the Morgan Greer Tarot again for this segment, and I'm also going to use the same Oracle cards, the Saints and Angels by Doreen Virtue. I feel they accompany them very well at the moment, and since everything's flowing copacetically, we're going to keep going that way. As normal, I have already shuffled the cards, so you know what? It's interesting. I think we're going to keep that one upside down. Okay. Okay. Usually I read the cards right side up because it's easier for other people to follow along. But when a card does come in upside down and it seems like it fits, I keep it that way. And this one did seem to really fit more upside down than right side up, and I still feel like I want it upside down. It's the Nine of Swords. And I'm getting like unbinding yourself from something. Taking off the mental constraints. Not holding back anymore. Oddly enough, I was waiting for another card to pop out from the Oracle deck, but I feel like it's not, either it's not time to pull it out at this part of the reading, or we're only getting one, I'm not sure which. But practice makes perfect. And it's interesting, because I don't feel like you're really like, I don't feel like it's like there's a goal in mind. I just feel like, I feel like you like to figure out what people are thinking. You're just kind of going through things in a sense where you're just kind of curious. I feel like there's a very curious cat energy I'm kind of feeling. Like, just kind of like, what's going on here? Like, what's this about? What about that? I'm kind of feeling that with this. And it's not bad, but it's like unbind. I feel like this is what this is saying, is like you're just not holding back mentally, and you're just letting yourself ask questions that you want to ask. Just kind of like, I just feel like asking the question, so I'm going to ask the question type situation. Interesting. It's there's bookends to this reading too, because this is from November 15th to 30th. Of course, it's whatever time frame it most fits for you. When you see this reading, it's probably mostly effective in that time frame. So if it's, 3-4 months in the future, whatever, however it fits for best for you, just go with it that way. But in the beginning and end of this period, it's like it's really good, like you're happy. In the middle, it just seems like it's the inquisitive things. How do I put this? I feel like when you're going into this time frame, this time period, you're just very content and happy, and you get all these options or all these things that make you happy in life. I feel like you're sitting pretty, kind of like sitting pretty, very happy, joyful, all's good, all's well. No real concerns. Like, it's not that life is simple or easy. It's just like no real concerns at this point. And I feel like there's almost like a little slight mental boredom. Like, it's not like things are boring, but you're just kind of mentally bored with how things are going. Okay. So you just kind of ask questions just to ask questions. And I feel like it's kind of like looking into different pots just to see what's in them. Like, what's going on here? Oddly enough, I'm kind of feeling like people are just, they're answering your questions, but they're kind of like, they're starting to get nervous, like, why are you asking these questions? Like, I feel like it kind of like unhinges a couple people slightly. I don't feel like there's like any arguments or anything like that, but they just might give you like a couple strange looks, like, why are you asking me that? Like, what does that have to do with anything for you? And I feel like you're just like entertaining yourself asking certain questions just because you're curious and you just want to ask questions. You just feel like it. It's interesting because, sorry about that. I feel like it kind of makes people around you wonder why you're asking the questions. Like, the people you're asking, or some of the people at least, when they ask questions, there's always a reason they're asking questions, and they have like a plan of action when they start asking certain questions. So when you're asking similar questions that they would ask, they're just thinking about it like why they would ask these questions, not realizing that you're just, I really feel like you're entertaining yourself. I really feel like you're entertaining yourself. And I feel like you do that, then you kind of hold back, and you just kind of like, you just kind of think about things and wonder how things are working out, and I just feel like, I really feel like you're entertaining yourself asking questions. Which is interesting, because as you ask these questions, I feel like the people around you, like, it really, like, it makes them feel like you're interested in them. They're just wondering why you're interested in these certain things. And again, it's coming back, like, I feel like you're just asking questions to entertain yourself. It's interesting. I don't know if there's something else I'm supposed to pull from that. I'm not really getting anything else from that other than you're just like, I feel like you're honestly just kind of bored and just entertaining yourself, asking certain questions just to see what the answer is. Just kind of getting some questions in there, maybe asking some other questions, see where else the conversation would go. I don't feel like it's like a banter type thing, not at all. I just feel like it's just like, you ask this question, which makes you think about that question, so you ask that question, and you ask this question, and then you just kind of do a little sideways offshoot question from that, and you're just like entertaining yourself with conversation. That's really what's going on here. As you head out of this time period, I feel like things are a little more jovial. Jovial's popping in my head. We're going to use it. Things are more jovial. You're having more fun. I feel like there's a lot more social things going on. I feel like people around you are enjoying your company. Oddly enough, I feel like while you only ask those questions, I really feel like you're asking those questions to entertain yourself. It has a profound effect on your relationships. Like, people really feel like you're interested, or you're really like paying attention to them, and it makes them feel more valued by you. Yes. And they value you more in return for the same reason. And I feel like bonds have strengthened in this time frame. I'm getting the word nothing. What does that have to fit in? Confidence. I feel like it's just, like, it's not, like, I think the nothing is what's telling me, like, there's not a goal. It's just strengthening of relationships. Yes. Okay. Okay, so, this is interesting. I mean, I can relate to the Gemini energy to a certain extent. But what I'm really getting from this is this time period, it's actually building relationships, but I swear it just feels like I don't feel like you're setting out to do that. It's just something that happens. You're just being yourself. I feel like this is just, if this reading is hitting for you, this is how you do this once in a while anyway. This isn't new information in the sense of like, oh yeah, I do that once in a while. Like, you know, I get bored, I ask questions, you know, I just like to entertain myself. I really feel like that builds like confidence between you on your side and that person and them with you, because they really feel like you're interested in their life. Like, I feel like it's what do you call it? It's an offshoot. Like, I don't really feel like you meant to build things closer. You're obviously not against it. I don't think you're against it either, but that wasn't the purpose. But that's kind of like the side effect you get from asking all these questions. Like, people really get more attached to you for that reason. Interesting. I find this very interesting. I must say, because I feel like it's very curious cat energy. Kind of how like a cat would play with a mouse, or like just like kind of mess with string, just because, you know, just wants to entertain itself, that type thing. But there's definite benefit in the future from it, and I feel like some of the information just kind of like sits in your brain, and then when it's needed, it comes back as needed. It's almost like these questions, I really feel like when you ask the questions, when that actually happens to you, it's just like, you're just like entertaining yourself. Really, there's no point. There's no goal, no point, nothing you're looking to do. But the information and the after effect of asking these questions, just like it benefits you in the long run. Okay, I apologize. I'm trying to see if there's anything else to get from this, but that's actually all I'm getting. So, comment below. Let me know. I think it's very interesting energy. I find it very, very interesting. Very cool. I like it. Because it feels like you're just like learning more about life and yourself, and you're evolving in this sense, and it's just by entertaining yourself. I think that is so awesome. Of course, again, comment below. Let me know. If you'd like a personal reading from me, of course, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.